So, for those of you that don't know what these are the Virtual World Entertainment Tesla pods. These are version 4. I couldn't really find an image of version 1, but Uncle Links might have it on YouTube if you search him. Version 2, you can see that it's definitely old. It's when the centers were getting pretty large. Then version 3 came out, which were known as the coffin pods. They were giant wood pods with a couple screens and buttons, very similar to 2.0. And both of them ran Battletech and Red Planet. Actually, I think the end of 2.0 ran Red Planet. By the way, Red Planet was in 3.0. Then 4.0 came out with these shells. So 4.0 was a completely redo of the pods themselves. Instead of just 2 screens, there's 7. And there's each MFD has 8 buttons. The radar screen has 12. There's an eject button, 2 foot pedals, a joystick with 8 buttons, and a throttle with a reverse button. There's 13 speaker surround sound. And the optics are what make these pretty unique. Instead of a monitor being in front of you, the monitor's actually mounted right about there in the pod, right about here. And it's facing down. And what it does is it goes across a beam splitter that is actually put at a 45-degree angle roughly, bounces off of that, and then goes into a mirror that's at a big bent mirror. So it's very difficult to film, but when you're in there and you move your head in the pod, it actually moves with you. It's really neat. So 4.0 had Battletech and Red Planet. The Battletech version was known as Battletech to most of us because, me personally, I preferred it. Think about manually doing anything with no computer AI to assist you. It was pretty unrealistic, as unrealistic as a giant robot fighting game can be. But it was a very fun game for gamers and for players who really wanted to get into it. Then what happened was MechWarrior 4 came out, and MechWarrior 4 had multiple ports afterwards with MechTech and a few others. Well, when MechWarrior 4 first came out, the folks over at Virtual World ended up modding it and putting it on the simulators with permission from them. So we run an alternate version of MechWarrior 4 for the Battletech version. Different weapon loadouts, different dynamics to it. Armor, damage, recycle, stuff like that is all just slightly tweaked. We don't have all the chassis of MechTech, but we do have more than the basic of your initial MechWarrior run. Then some of the pod owners were able to get Red Planet to work, the version 4.0 Red Planet to work on the new systems. So the old original 4.0 pods ran Pentium Pro 90s, all slaved to a Mac as the console and the server. These run Alienware Area 51 systems running Windows 2000, so they're pretty amazing, right? Yeah, no. Either way, they're fun. They're really old. Some of the owners have actually gotten it to where a Windows XP machine will run on it with 2 dual head cards, but these run 1 AGP, 2 PCI cards. They come standard with 256 meg RAM, which you can upgrade pretty easily. If you're going to run more than 16, you'll definitely want at least a gig. I will do further tours on the pods as I work on them. What I'm going to do today is attempt to sort through the mountain of parts that I got from Albuquerque. I need to sort through, figure out what I've got, bench test everything, make sure what does and does not work, because I know there's a lot of soldering in my future, and rewiring, because yeah, these got beat up. No fault of theirs. They're just old. They came out in about 96, so these shells anyway came out in about 96, so they're pretty old. These 2 will be operational in my house. Then it will be by pretty much invite only, up until we can find a couple conventions to go to, or maybe there'll be a high enough demand, or I can partner with somebody, one of the other fun centers or something. Right now, this is where they'll be. Or if there's a game store that wants to partner, what I've done in the past is a memorandum of understanding. I'm responsible for all of the maintenance and upkeep on them, and they're just responsible for the staffing. So, and they bring in a pretty good amount. But that's what I've done in the past. I don't know if that's still a viable thing. It's something I'm definitely open to, but currently I have 6. Get them all move ready would be really good, because then I can start taking them to conventions, and these things are a lot of fun, and anybody that's ever played in them will tell you that they love these things and they want to play them again, and people come out of the woodwork that haven't played these in over a decade and they remember them, they want to play again. So either way, that's the plan. Today I'm going to be working on sorting all the parts. Tomorrow I will be rewiring both of them and cleaning them, because damn, there's a lot of dust in there. I will get them as clean as I can, make sure I'll test all the wiring, make sure everything works. Hopefully run our first game in the next couple days and go out and kill some other mechs, or invite over a buddy and headshot him. Thank you all. Thanks for coming along on this journey, and please, follow along. If you like this, let me know, and I will try and do some more time lapse for you.